Hello, my compatriots of the jacked up animals. It is me, your fearless and wise leader, Mr. Jacked Up Toad. And here I am again, pronouncing story time. I know everyone enjoys a good story, and here comes a story. One of epic proportions of the time I almost died. Well, I guess a lot of my stories involve me almost dying. But this one is a little bit different. I don't think many people can say that they almost got crushed to death. So, forward, we must do our forewarning of the story. No jacked up toads were harmed in the making of this story. They almost did, but they didn't get harmed. So, growing up, I lived in town for probably that small town that was a part of the skateboard story for probably 8 years of my life, and then I ended up moving to this town out in the country. So the house that we lived in the country was a 3-story tall building. So in other words, it had an attic, it had a second floor, and then it had the first floor. There was no basement because it was a flood zone. That doesn't really matter. Either way, it was an old rinky-dink house. Literally, it was like falling apart, and we like had to fix up the whole house. So there was a lot of stuff that came crashing down, and a lot of things that we had to work on to just live in the house alone. So I don't know how many people nowadays have seen a box TV. And when you think of a box TV, you think of like one of those just like big bigger square TVs. So one of those, but like 4 times bigger, like massive, like a 75-inch TV, but in box TV form. This thing was upstairs on our second floor. I don't actually remember how the hell we got it up the stairs to begin with, but that fucker was big. Holy shit. It was there for like, basically I used to have these things called the jacked up parties, where my friends who were part of the original jacked up animals would all come and get together. We'd sit there, we'd watch TV or watch movies or even play video games on this television for hours on end. It was pretty fun, honestly. Either way, it was up there, and Dad was like sick and tired of that TV there. He would complain about it all the time. He'd be like, "Hey, JT, why the hell do you even keep that TV up there if we don't even use the damn thing?" And I'd be like, "Dad, what if I have another party?" And he'd be like, "Shut the f*** up, I don't care about your friends." You know, fatherly love at its finest. Moving on. So Dad wanted to get rid of that TV. Actually, I think the TV might have like quit working, so Dad finally scored one on the team and was like, "Yes, damn TV doesn't work. You don't need that thing in there. It's taking up a bunch of room anyway. We're gonna get that shit out of here." Either way, we ended up trying to move this giant ass TV. Now, note, we're on the second floor of the building. And so the stairwell, so it goes down and then it turns to the right. So it has like basically a little landing thing that's almost like a floor right there that you can like, if someone was coming down while carrying like a basket of clothes, you could kind of like step to the side and there still was room for them to turn and go down those stairs. That's how big the stairwell was in a sense. But right on that little landing, there was a window. And it was about as big as a little JT. I mean, it was, I want to say probably the size, since we're doing TVs, I'll do another TV. Probably a 50-inch TV, about that big. Nonetheless, this thing was just right there. So Dad and I are backing this TV down the stairwell. And we're thinking, okay, this is going to be nice and easy. Okay. At that point in time, I think I was like probably 9 years old. This 9-year-old with no upper body strength, no leg strength, is moving this giant ass TV down the stairs. On top of that, my father thought it was a good idea to have me backing the TV up towards the window behind me. Note, there has been a lot of shit that's fallen down those stairs. Like, basically that room up there was big enough to be like the play area, so all our toys were up there and stuff. And so things would go flying down the stairs, we get yelled at. Now, we have this little itty bitty kid, we have this massive ass TV, and we have this somewhat muscular man on the top trying to hold the TV that weighs, you know, roughly about 6 dads. Yeah, I want to say 6 dads. Either way, it's not going to end well is what I thought. So we start back and we get halfway down the stairs and I'm pushing. All of a sudden, I think either dad let go of the TV trying to play a joke, but the TV came crashing down the fucking stairwell and chasing me. So I'm trying to push and then I'm like, I ain't dealing with this shit. I ain't getting crushed for no box TV today. And so I start running down the TV as this thing is avalanching down the stairs towards me. I'm like, no. I probably was not screaming that much. I probably was very silent. But in my head now, I can just see myself fucking screaming going down the stairs. I jumped down those stairs, made it onto that landing, tripped, fell to the right, down the other flight of stairs. I mean, it wasn't that far down, but I went down there. Well, the TV comes crashing down and busts through the window. It doesn't go out the window. It just busts into the window. All of a sudden I hear, "What the hell? You didn't catch the damn TV? JT, what the hell is wrong with you? Don't you know better? Can't you even?" I just started basically yelling at me because the TV busted a window. Not gonna lie, I think that window was busted for a long time. All I know is it was my fault the TV went through the window, apparently, even though, you know, he expected a 9-year-old kid to try to push back against it. Oh man, that was an experience, honestly. I've never had a near-death experience where I almost got crushed by a TV, but at least I can say that, because I'm pretty sure if my 9-year-old body was right there in between the window and the television, I either was going to get penetrated to death or I was going to get crushed. And still to this day, I will not live that down, or let my father live that down, because, you know, let's think about that. You trusted a 9-year-old kid to move a box TV down the stairs and be able to hold his own against it while backing up. Just saying. And I know I'm not the biggest, toughest, strongest boy in the world. Okay, forget what I just said, because, like, in video games, I'm the biggest, strongest, toughest boy of all. But either way, that was definitely an experience in my life. We have quite a few moments where my dad, I guess that's where my lack of common sense comes from, that we didn't have a lot of common sense with simple tasks and ended up breaking something in the process. I think that window was broken for probably about a month afterwards. We ended up like plugging it with it was like some plastic wrap or something. We ended up getting the TV out. However, the TV was in 2 parts, so it was a little bit easier to get it out once the TV was in half. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in to Storytime, and I'll see you guys next time. Skidoo!